Good afternoon. My name is J. Michael McCoy, and I'm a recovering alcoholic. And years ago, a very good friend of mine who suffered from alcoholism, probably one of the worst cases I've ever seen, simply could not get sober. She's with me today. Her name is Abby. Abby, welcome.
Thank you, Mac.
Thanks for being here. Abby went to several recovery centers. Betty Ford, some of the best in the country. Abby tried everything she could possibly do to overcome the addiction of alcoholism. And then it started to ruin her marriage. And then it started to hurt her family. And then it almost killed her. And finally, one day, Abby said, failure's not an option, and I'm not going to die. It was on that day that she was sent a sober coach, someone who committed to be by her side whenever Abby needed and sometimes whenever Abby didn't want. The sober coach was there. Now, 17 months later, Abby has not had a drink, has embarked upon a spiritual journey, and she is ready to help anyone who also believes that failure is not an option. Abby, thanks for coming in today, and I appreciate you being here.
Thanks for having me.
You said you started drinking when you were like 14?
Yes.
And it was just part of the lifestyle, part of your family, part of what was going on?
Yeah, exactly. My parents would let me have a drink, and, my father always told me, drink Canadian Club and water, and you'll never have a hangover, and so that's what I drank, and I was sent to a private school and got a driver's permit, and started giving a ride to a senior to school, which got me involved in parties right away. And I found that the first time, I had a drink, wow, there was my personality.
Yeah, you came forward.
My shyness was gone, and all of a sudden I was the fun person. Everybody wanted to party with me. And
when did you realize that alcohol was not your friend?
Probably not until it really turned on me when I found out I was 2 months pregnant.
Okay. With what would become 3 children.
Correct.
OWIs?
Yes, 2.
Car accidents?
Many.
Embarrassment?
Oh, unbelievably.
Yeah. But then a sober coach came into your life.
Yes.
And you are now 17 months sober.
Correct.
Which is a miracle for you.
Yes, it is.
It was hard to go a weekend.
I couldn't go a day.
A day. So now you've started sober coaching yourself.
Correct.
Making yourself available anyway, anytime to anybody that absolutely, positively failure is not an option. They must stay sober. And it goes beyond, we have a saying in recovery, if you got a problem with your liver, your lover, or the law, you're probably an alcoholic. Well, you were so far past that.
Right.
You were about ready to die.
Yeah.
Why are you so passionate about helping other people with such a firm, because it's a 24/7 commitment. You might very well go live with this person, or this person might live with you, or you might have total access to their house and their family. You might be the only driver that is acceptable in their life. No one is allowed to pick them up or take them somewhere. You are the only one that can interact with this person while they are trying with everything they've got to stay sober. Why do you want to do this at this point in your life?
Well, Mac, the way that it saved my life, my brother and sister were the only ones that believed in me in the end. I had given up on myself. I had completely isolated myself. I had done so much damage to my children that all I could do was get up and drink vodka and Fireball and not think about the damage that I'd done. I couldn't look at myself in the mirror. And after working with the sober coach and completely changing my life, and seeing the passion that my brother and sister had after seeing me become successful again in my sobriety, this is just natural for me now.
It's where you're going to pay it back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I see so many people that are struggling, and the same thing that I went through. You know, you can go to treatment, you come home, and you've changed, but nothing's changed at home.
Yeah. Playmates and playgrounds remain the same, and before you know it, you're drinking again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And with a sober coach, you know, they're with you. They walk with you by your side. You're not alone.
Yeah, and the other thing that Abby will work with you on is the 12 steps. There are many 12-step programs. They work if you work them. And Abby has a great understanding of how to work those steps. So here's my question to you. Are you a father or a mother, a grandmother or grandfather, a sibling, a brother, a best friend, a husband, a wife, a brother or a sister of someone who just can't get sober, and you've come to the end? You can see the funeral. The destruction is laid out in front of you. There's got to be one more thing I can do, you ask yourself. I'd encourage you to get a hold of Abby and talk to her about failure is not an option through sober coaching. I'm J. Michael McCoy. Thanks for listening, and thanks for still having hope to save the one you love.